Aloha, my name's Jeff, and I created the surfboard game called Waimea Wipeout. The first of its kind where it's realistic, but also pretty exciting. Kind of a combination of craps and poker mixed into surfing. I'm going to show you how it works here. If you've seen it on WaimeaWipeout.com, or you've seen me up at Turtle Bay Resort on the North Shore, this is what I do every Saturday. If you're on the North Shore, swing through and I'll show you in person. But for right now, let me walk you through it so you know how it goes. The game's driven by a 10-sided dice, 0 through 9. Low numbers aren't good, high numbers are good. You want high, you don't want low. As it starts, this is the chart that drives it. You're looking at Sunset Beach. There's actually different charts in. The game comes with 8 different breaks. There's Pipeline, there's Waimea, but as you can see from the wipeouts, the red boxes, let's start at Sunset. It's a little bit easier, although it's not the easiest. The first roll you start with is going to be on this side of the board. These first 3, the takeoff, the drop, and the tube, are the first half of the game, first half of each ride. Our 4 surfers sit out here with pawns that represent their jersey colors. As you roll your first roll, you're going to look in the takeoff to see what happens on your takeoff. You don't get any points for catching the wave, but you can miss the wave. If you miss the wave, your turn's over. It ends quickly. Sometimes one roll and you're done. So you want to keep rolling. Also in surfing, it's not like one guy takes off and then another guy takes off. So each surfer is going to roll and complete their wave ride before the next guy goes. They have priority, just like in the real contest. So my first roll, if I'm looking at Sunset and I rolled the dice, the 10-sided dice, and it came up with a 3, I'd go right to the takeoff column and you'd see that it's right above the missed blocks. It says drop. That's what you want on your first roll. Anything that doesn't say missed puts you into the game. Let's take the yellow jersey, the points leader, the golden jersey. I move him to drop. This box will show you what it is if you've never surfed before. If you know surfing, the pictures are probably just things you see every day. The features of this game are enhanced by Brian Beelman's photography, so it really pops to life when you're playing the game as well, almost like you're right in the water. Now I'm on the drop. What's going to happen? When you look at this board, you can see you have a takeoff, drop, and tube. That's the first half of your ride. You've got to get 3 good rolls to make it to the next section, which is the maneuvers. A series of 6 different maneuvers, of which 3 you will have a chance to do. You don't always do 3, because some surfers cut out. Now if I roll again, let's walk you through it. I'm on the drop. I just bump over to the next column. This is where the points start. Surfing, if you don't know it, is judged. Unlike some surf contests, the judging here in Waimea Wipeout is very objective. If you roll a 6, you're getting 1.9 for your drop regardless of what country or what shorts you wear. The second roll, if I roll a 6, I would bring it right across on the drop and you see a 1.9. That's where you start to accumulate your score. The black pawn is just going to mark it down on this grid at the bottom. It looks intimidating for you people afraid of math, but it's basically just counting from 1.1 to 10 with a little decimal point. So I would pop to 1.9 and it starts to track my score. I walk naturally from the drop to the tube, continuing my ride, and I roll again, jumping over to the tube column. If I roll there again, look at that, a 9, the one you want to get. A 6 and a 9. So now my 9, I drop right over to the tube and it says 2.5. The judge loved it so much, I got 2.5 added to my 1.9, bringing me up to 4.4. That's guaranteed. I've made it through the first 3, the takeoff, the drop, and the tube, and I'm moving into my maneuvers now. So I'm going to get at least a 4.4 on my way. Similar to surfing. As long as you make the first part, you're going to get a score. But to get the big scores, you need to throw some maneuvers at the end. So let's move to the second half of the board. That's where we're starting here with the maneuvers column. Again, the dice is going to select your maneuvers. Once you select one, another dice roll is going to execute the maneuver you've selected. For example, if I want to roll a maneuver, and here at Sunset I roll a 2, it says cutback. So that means I'm going to jump down, and I'm going to be doing a cutback. When I execute, I just walk right to the cutback column. So the maneuvers are played on this half of the chart. Executing my cutback, when I roll a 3, it comes down to the 3 here, I walk over it, simple, 1 point. so I bumped my score up 1 point. But remember, this part is guaranteed. This is where the poker game starts. So I add 1 point to 4-4, boom, I'm up to 5-4. But I slide one of these surfers out in priority to mark that 4-4 because that shows me how much I'm risking if I go further. So at this point, I have to decide, do I want to risk that? Pretty much every surfer I know goes for another maneuver. Unless I'm winning the contest with a 5-4, I'm cutting out there, but we're going further. I jump right back. Like I said, you're going to select and then execute. So selecting the second maneuver, whoa, 7 says floater. So now after my cutback at sunset, I'm trying a floater. Again, the pictures are going to show you what you're doing if you don't know what that maneuver is. But in my floater column, you can see as the maneuvers get harder, there are more chances to wipe out, but higher points to earn. When I roll that next 5 on my floater, I just come across from my yellow and you see 1.7. My score is getting bigger. It's accumulating. So when I take 1.7 on top of the 5.4, boom, I'm up to 7-1. I've got a pretty good score. A lot of people would cut out early in the heat. I might want to grab that 7-1 because I'm now risking all these points if I go further. If I wipe out on my third maneuver, I'm coming back to 4.4. That's the twist in the game. That's what I think makes it the most realistic. Now let's just, for fun, try a third maneuver because on every surf break, you get up to 3 maneuvers. That's all you get. You don't always get a chance at a 10. But in some places, such as pipe, you'll notice it says 2 maneuver limit. There'll be less maneuvers. But at sunset, with nothing marked, I can do 3. My last maneuver, selected with a 9. Air 360. I'm finishing my wave in style, but I have to execute the Air 360. You'll notice the Air 360 is all the way at the end. The hardest maneuver to do, the biggest points. I have 5 wipeouts. I got a 50% chance of landing this. But when I roll it, whoa, nothing like 2 9s in a row. I check my chart, the best box you can have, top right where you put your name on your test, my friend. 3.2 on top of my 7.1. Would you look at that? Unfortunately in surfing you only get a perfect 10. Perfect 10 on my wave. Now that's how you play Waimea Wipeout.
Look who's playing.